Today we're talking about meals and nurturing connection. I think sometimes when we imagine family meal times, we imagine them as being sort of this old-fashioned idea where everything is just kind of perfect and everybody sits down at the same time and they're all dressed just so, and maybe there's a little friendly family banter or somebody's feeding the broccoli to their dog or whatever. But all in all, it's just very rosy and old-timey. And I think we imagine them as old-fashioned sort of things because for many of us, it really is sort of a vintage idea, and it's hard to fit into what our schedules look like. So if you're a family who has the adults getting home from work around 6 or 6:30, and then maybe the kids are off to after school activities, or they're knee deep in homework, or they got hungry and they ate because they knew dinner wasn't going to be until 7 or 7:30, then it's hard to imagine what a family mealtime looks like in all of that. And that is just assuming that everyone has a schedule when they're home in the evening at all. It gets infinitely more complicated if you have adults working night shifts or coming home much later in the evening. And it becomes hard to picture what a mealtime looks like in that situation. So when I talk about family meals, I always want to say right away that family meals can be any time, and they don't have to be every day. Maybe they aren't even the same meal every day. Maybe you're just one night having noodles and butter and a fast salad because that's easy to make and your 3-year-old will eat it. And maybe the next day you're all having, quick pancakes together or something, on a Saturday morning when you have more time. And so once we let go of this perfectionist tendency to have dinner together every night, which is sometimes how we hear the research around the importance of family meals, then I think we can really live into this idea a little better. So eating meals together has been shown to be beneficial for families in many ways. Kids who eat regularly with the adults in their lives tend to eat more healthfully. They also tend to have lower anxiety, depression rates. They tend to do better academically. So this points to just kind of the connection that happens around the table and the way that it strengthens our ability to cope and our health. I think that this is why Jesus and the prophets before him spent so much time eating and eating together. I like what cookbook author Sam Sifton says when he says, people are lonely. They want to be part of something even when they can't identify that longing as a need. They show up, feed them. It isn't much more complicated than that. So in eating together, we have this whole microcosm of experiencing community. And then when we add simple rituals to that, whether that's a prayer before eating or a sharing of gratitudes during the meal or a sharing of our griefs and supporting one another, meals become this amazing touchstone for a life that is lived well and lived in hope.